CREWCast. 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 Give it up for the CREWCast.
We do this whole podcast in Indian accent.
Tell me testings.
Do you have Vodafone network? Tell me.
Can I speak to you about your house installation?
When you show me your ID, I want to see what Vodafone network you are.
Hello, Mr. Mitchell. If you could tell me the number 1 and 4 pin of your code.
Ready?
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Now, could you tell me instead number 2 and 3?
1 2 1 2
Testings.
1 2 1 2. My postcode is 1 2 1 2 2 4 7 4.
That went on way too long. Oh. This is a temp setup. So,
It's like holding a big black mic.
wielding a big black unit in front of your face.
Look at the size of this huge black.
Just no, broke. Just said
What
no.
are we going to talk about today?
So today we're talking about, well, the CREWCast is back. And yeah, so where did it go? Where have we been? What have we done? And why is Lewis? why is Lewis now an Asian dude?
This is awful, Lex. Look at this angle. I just adjusted my nutsack like this.
This is podcasting, bro.
The drum is here for prop, not for nutsack. Just
Oh, Jesus. Can you get on the camera a little bit more? You have to turn your body a little bit in. Then the mics are away from each other. There we go.
every ass boy.
Do you want me to get some stuff to put mics on?
We'll hold it and see what happens.
Right, hang on. Let me go shut the door. Oh, dear.
All right, whilst he's doing that, listen to this.
Yeah, the best bit about that is just intro is you think that sounds really hot. You need the mic back. He just sounds like Jumanji.
Anyway, I'm going to hold it here. Quite
So,
comforting.
Lewis, why are you now Asian?
I do one trip in India. I drink that coffee. My
Get on the
skin,
damn camera, bro. Jesus.
I drink the coffee and my skin changed color. I am now yellow. I grow this touch. The woman tells me inside of this, it has medicine to grow mustache.
Ah, the mystery medicine. So you wrap it in leaf, you wear around your ball sack for 5 days. Don't washings, no washings. When finished, drinkings the juice.
And then out of nowhere, my bosak grows drum. What the fuck? Cheers to that.
Cheers. After 5 days, you drink juice, no more pain.
You know how
Because you're dead.
we're getting banned so hard. from
So
YouTube.
fast.
It's been
So fast. So fast.
just FYI, I'm half Indian,
It's on the
so we
main
can get
channel
away
now
with
as well.
all of this.
It's on the main channel now as well. It's on the main.
Because I'm mixed race, everything goes now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm a mongrel.
Huh?
I'm a mongrel.
You couldn't sit here though with your white skin.
It's not white, it's yellow. Ish.
Okay. Well, I can sit here with my mixed race skin and say whatever you want to say. That's the pros and cons of being hybrid.
We are the only hybrids that should exist.
That's what yeah.
Yeah, the electric things can sod off. Just not the future. Hydro. Anyway, we're not getting into that. We are getting on to why and where have we been. So the CREWCast, why did it disappear? 1, I moved. 2, Lou had some life changes. He's all right, don't worry. It's nothing crazy. We've all been through the things he's been through, but it was a big thing for him to go through. And I'll let him explain that when he decides to do some guest appearances every so often. So he's not gone completely. He's just a busy boy. And in the time, family. I had a little girl, obviously, to realise that takes over your world.
Most selfish thing you could have done is have a kid for the YouTube channel, because now it is what it is.
Yeah, it's hard.
But explain to him why.
I mean, it's not that hard for me. I got B, who is amazing with her. She pretty much has most of the day of chaos. But she's still full on, and I'm still full on dad time when I can be. So it's walk. You've got to take 2 hours to go for walks and plan stuff for them to do, and it's a very big life change as well. So add that with moving and stresses of other stuff that were just going on in my life. Yeah, just let things slip. And what was that?
That was the medicine. It's coffee.
So this is our return Our return to the stage. And this is not going to be our permanent residence. I'm going to find a
I quite like it. It's quite comfy.
It is okay, but you'll realise very quickly this isn't sustainable.
I quite holding this mic.
Holding the mic, yeah, not so good. So we'll get this set up properly again, but we just thought, sod it. Well, let's just jump back in. And we're jumping back in. If you're listening on Spotify, thank you for Spotify. If you're on Spotify, I'm not even on whiskey, I'm on coffee. That's so the whiskey will probably make a comeback at some point.
Diet Coke for me. Just a can of Diet Coke.
We will probably be bounced around a couple of locations. We might do a couple of
Joe went to Wicks to buy that plunger.
Oh,
and they were getting food, and I bought all that sugar and their Diet Coke. It's on the YouTube, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, when you were food shopping.
I like donuts, biscuits, crisps, all these sweets, and I bought Diet Coke.
You did the classic fat man shop.
So, no, just triggered me a little bit, yeah.
Oh, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, so we're going to be bouncing around a little bit, probably. We might do a couple of episodes.
We're bouncing around a little bit with this big black mic.
we might be doing a few at the gym, at the Shire, every so often. And other than that, it's going to be, hopefully, we're going to get one of these, we're going to get recorded once a week, episode once a week up, whether that's with me and Mitch, whether it's just me doing some solo ones just to maintain the routine, because Mitch and I do have to film the Worst Pain series as well. So he is a busy man. So we appreciate you being here, dude.
I just had an idea.
Uh-oh.
This is for the viewers who are watching. Would you like us to do a podcast whilst training in the gym?
Oh, we could do with the Bluetoothy mic.
Like just train and talk.
And chat.
Yeah.
That might sound a bit... you wouldn't want to listen to that on a train, would you? Push it. Oh, yeah.
No, they might enjoy it.
So, life. Yeah, so that's it. That's where we've been. So this is going to be us back. And we're on the main channel. So if you're listening on Spotify, this will also now feature on my main YouTube channel, because the only reason I had it on a separate YouTube channel prior was so that I was free from breaking any contractual agreements.
Oh.
See, because certain things I couldn't do.
Okay.
Because it was, no problem with that anymore, because we're taking everything back in-house. We're doing everything ourselves again. We're going back old school, because that's where the enjoyment was. When I was doing it all myself and had my own rules, and I wasn't abiding by a brief or pushed into doing 800 posts a month about, this is a different white powder that's super different to the other white powder. Or
for people to understand this, when you obviously when you get sponsors, there's pros and cons. So what are the cons, obviously?
Well, it was pros at the beginning because doing what we did was quite unique. But now that it's like people's want for a career, now everything's gone really commercial, and I don't like it.
You couldn't do certain things.
Well, it's just the fact that they give you a brief that they're giving to 30 other people, and they're all going to spam it on the same day. So I don't want to be a spam creator. So everything they gave me brief-wise, I would always flip and change and create my own brief, which would take me 4 or 5 days to then film, because it was really ambitious always. But that was just because I didn't want to put out crap. But then because of that, I ended up filming all of these other things rather than my own stuff. So my own stuff, I'd fall behind to follow these briefs, to follow the contract, and as the landscape changed to be more commercialized and more spam, and there's less integration behind the scenes, people aren't hanging out together. They're not going and doing all these things together. These are singular days where people are brought in, and they barely do that anymore unless it's got some kind of some kind of meaning for it to have to happen. Whereas when we started, we would all just get together because we like getting together, and we would come up with ideas to do stuff, and they would bring us in on the ideas we had, and they were always fun, and they were always fluid, and they were always real.
So you felt like you lost when you're in business, it's the fun part is it's yours, isn't it? And then when someone says no, you can't do this, you're just like, oh, this is the whole reason why I got out of the box and the rat race.
Yeah, they tried to get it back in. And also many products have fallen down. Like, they are not what they were across the board. They start with good intentions, then they see the profit margins, then they see how they can cut some corners to make more profit margins, and then they start to cut corners with the people that they're paying to push the products, and the whole thing starts to fall down, and then they're just a numbers game. And when you're involved in anything that's just a numbers game, it's no longer personal, it's no longer that thing that you started with, and that was what happened with a lot of it. So basically I was just doing it for the numbers, and that is never a good way to be.
Yeah.
So your baseline of whatever it is you're doing should be for the enjoyment or for a purpose that's going to push you forward to do something that you enjoy. Yeah,
well, I've had a similar experiences when I started my business. When I went fully on my own and left my full-time job, the beauty of it was the freedom. and I had this like complete flexibility and sort of do what I want. But then I took a contract on with a football team, and nothing against them, but I lost my sort of freedom a little bit.
Oh, dude, you were miserable.
Yeah. They might see this, my friend.
It does not matter. It's
But
true.
anyway, so shut up. But yeah, so I lost that, that that freedom of life. So yes, you let go of a bit of income, but it's balance, isn't it? What you want in life is
And
you want that
looking down the road as well, isn't it? So not having that short-term view of it's money in my pocket now.
Yeah.
But what are you missing? Pocketing that money in that moment. What other opportunities are you missing, or think that time and energy you could put into something else that will proliferate and become more down the line?
Yeah.
This is the thing. And I think most people are very, give me the thing I want now, got to get it now. And that's what our society is being manipulated into doing. God, this has got really deep really quickly.
No, this is good because I've got some spin on this.
This is what they want us to do. They want us stuck in the moment of the get the now. Don't think ahead. Don't look ahead. Don't pay attention to what we're doing over here. Nah, you want this now. Whereas what we should be doing is thinking, am I happy? Mm-hmm. Where's my energy levels? Do I enjoy what I'm doing? Am I a benefit to the people around me and vice versa? Am I a happy person to be around? If you're miserable to be around, you're lackluster in your work ethic because you're not enjoying what you're doing, making you not good with your family, friends or relationships, then you gotta change something.
Yeah, because last time I was on here, I wasn't fully on my own. I still had ties to a company I was working for, but the old me is completely different. I used to work all the hours under the sun.
Oh yeah.
And then as soon as I left, and obviously when you leave, obviously your money increases because you don't get that second. Well, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about here. You
Take a step, you're always going to take a loss at a little bit, aren't you, somewhere?
But what happened was, I had a day off, and I went for a walk, and I was like, wow. Like, I just, like, this is amazing. Like, I had a day off, and I was going, wow. And then when I started working more on balance, getting my sleep back, my nutrition, my training was back on point. So when people preach this hustle mode, like work, it doesn't work. Like from going from one end to the other, which you've done yourself, having that balance, that middle ground, that day off, that time to yourself it's beautiful. And that's the transition I've been on, which would be good to talk about down the line on the podcast, is just, find more balance in life rather than going work. He's that guy he's floating around on YouTube where he wears super tight trousers, ankle biters. He's got
I love that.
He's like, I wake up at 4 a.m.
Oh, hang on. Is he a tattooed dude?
I don't know.
No.
He's got bald head. It's not a yawn about that.
Right.
Not Woken because he's pretty cool. But he's like, I wake up at 4 a.m. I'm always committed to my schedule. By 4, I'm up. By 10 past 4, I'm having a wank. By 20 past 4, I'm in the office. I'm on phone calls to Janet. And you're like, bro, relax.
Yeah.
Relax. You haven't got to be so because it doesn't work.
And where's your enjoyment?
Yeah, you got to be a little more present. So I think
You'll burn out like that too.
Yeah.
I think you can definitely do the burn the candles at both end hustle for a short period to get you over the hump into the next phase. But then there's got to be that
100%.
There's got to be that balance.
Yeah, that's what you see when you're young. You go all out at the start to build something, but then you have to. It's not sustainable, is it?
No.
Well, I did it for 5 years max, and you're just not present, and you don't know when it goes.
And you will have a crash, and you'll have a crash mentally overwhelming, but also like in a neurotransmitter way. Like you had it, remember the dopamine, and you were going ham with training. I said, dude, slow your roll. You're going to hit a dopamine crash. And you were like, nah, bro, I'm cool, man. I got literally 7 days. I think it was like the 8th day you came in and you looked like you wanted to murder everything. You had no energy. You were knackered. And you were like, dude, I hit a dopamine low.
Yeah, basically I went from working every single day to having days off to training again, getting good sleep, all these opportunities coming out of nowhere. My income was tripling. I was like, whoa, and I was on this massive high, but obviously you're like, Rich, you're gonna crash. I was like, nah, keep going. And obviously that's why there's ups. You need ups and downs. You need life to be like this because you can't always be here, because if you go always here, you'll go all the way down here. So that's what whoever's watching, my hand was above and then my hand was below. I'm saying that. I keep forgetting because people are listening to this.
Yeah, you don't need to stay at the camera. You don't worry about the camera being there. It's not like when we film.
No, when I'm speaking though, I have to remember, like, if I'm going to listen to my hand, they don't know what it's doing. Yeah. I was here, and I was there, and I was here. They're like, what the fuck's he talking about?
If you were interested in seeing Mitch's hand gestures, you can tune in to www.youtube.com/Lex Fitness. Well, so yeah, no, it's a good little leeway in, and I think that was part and parcel of why the CREWCast did disappear for a little bit, and it was because I had to kind of refine my balance, refine my footing on where I wanted to be, what I wanted to do, and looking ahead. And obviously, having a little one, stuff kind of comes like you can't be so selfish anymore either.
Yeah,
like it does change you. Like as much as people are like it's going to change your world, you're like, I know, man. No, you don't know. You don't know. It's like imagine the thing that you love the most in your life that you think you'd do everything for. And then times that by like 5 to 10. It's bizarre. This like little thing comes into your life and you've no idea what to do with it and you're in complete control of it. And then by the way, they just give you a life and they say, off you go. Here's a basket, toodaloo. And you wander off and then you sit there. Oh, yeah. Oh, a human.
What is this?
I mean, it takes, you have to have more checks to get a rescue dog than you do to have a baby. Like, it's bizarre.
Yeah, when I got 2 cats, man.
Yeah. See,
it's worse than having kids. 2 cats.
It is because cats suck. But no, here's the thing. That little thing, even though you don't know what to do with it and you're kind of unaware of what's to come, you immediately, I was giving you the middle finger, didn't mean to, will kill everyone for it. That's a bizarre thing. And I don't mean that in terms of just words. I mean like...
This is my basket.
Yeah. This is Sparta. Like death. I will murder you if you touch this little thing. You know, it's a bizarre feeling to know. Like, that's in you, though. Like, don't get me wrong. I've always been able to stand up for myself. But this is a different... Like, I will stab you in the face for this little thing.
The best thing you said was... in one time, it's just this little potato that you're holding, and now it's got arms and legs. It's starting to move. It's not a potato anymore.
Yeah, that's the other thing as well that nobody tells you as a dad, right? You are pretty much redundant for the first, I don't know, until it moves, however long that is, like 4 or 5 months until it starts getting really active. So for a lot of that time, you kind of feel a bit like a loose end, especially if they're breastfeeding in the mum and stuff, because you can't like bottle feed. We started bottle feeding later down the line, so that did kind of integrate me a bit more. But when they start like reacting to you and things, that's my time. That's when the dad comes in. And now she's like running around, dada, and she's mental. And I've got there's a climbing frame literally in my living room for her. Like, I'm like, you go. I mean, I want this little one to be an absolute like little tornado of energy and physicality. She's not going to be sat around wondering what her gender is. She's going to be climbing trees, getting in rivers with me, throwing stones, skimming stones, and all this kind of jazz, you know? And, yeah, so that did take a heavy priority, and I did have to realise that the way I was working was not sustainable for this little thing to have me in a life. Because to hold myself up in a room for 12 hours a day, no, you can't do it.
Yeah, so basically I started my own business and Lex had a kid.
Yes, it all just clashed.
You do notice it's a massive adjustment because obviously when I was in Maidley, if you watch the old videos, it's a separate place. It was easy because it's just like a little room, and then obviously when I got this gym, everything I go on the hold. The next had a kid similar time, so we had this massive gap, which now we're getting
quite
back
well to keep the series going though.
Yeah, but it was
dude. We put
it's like, hi guys, it's the Let's Stay Serious.
We haven't had a man cry conversation before this video. Look how happy.
Hello, please.
Hello, Vistas. Let's talk about that. Okay.
Uganda.
Now listen, just listen to this one thing for 10 seconds and then we're going to explain something about it. Right. Here you go, mate. This is your moment. Get your drum out.
Right.
We're going to do a Hello Vistas. So listen, here we go. Hello, Vistas. Please, we see you, Vistas.
Please buy my drum from me.
Hello, Vistas.
Look at me. I have a flute. Wait for it.
Here comes recorder. Okay, and cut. Right. Now imagine that for 2 hours every single day on repeat for like 4 days. Welcome to Uganda.
No, it was. Besides that, it was beautiful. It was amazing. But
explain what it was.
There was a pattern.
People might not know. We went to Uganda.
Oh yeah, so we went to Uganda. Yeah,
to help build a house with money that you guys helped us raise, and a lot of Mitch's community. Thank you very much for all that.
Yeah.
So we literally built a home for a family to live in. A family of 7 or 8 people. While we're out there, we took out clothing and aid, shoes, clothes, school stuff. Like it was a missionary. Jaunt missionary.
Egg, senor.
No, not that kind of missionary.
You don't know it.
That's what they are, missionaries, aren't they?
My hairs have stood up on my shoulders. What do you do?
As long as it's on your hairs, there. Right?
I don't have any hair on my arm. I'm even standing up.
You are very bold for a grown man. I kind of envy you. You don't realise how the lack of hair is a benefit.
Look, there's hair there, bro. It's just.
Oh yeah, 1, 2. I can literally count them. They're that spaced apart.
But I get more hair in certain areas of my body. But everyone thinks I shave my
There's a
arm.
really good curly one here.
That's my mole one. You stay away from that one, my friend.
Mole.
Yes, but going back to the music, okay, it is beautiful, it's powerful. Go and say your bit.
You got to explain because they've no idea. So let me go.
Okay, yeah, you give the download, bro.
So we
wait.
And you got to lift it up and do it properly.
Right, this is the download coming from Lex in 3, 2, 1.
So we embarked on a journey to Uganda, a place where many are suffering, especially the Batwa tribe, a tribe that originally lived in the forests in harmony with nature until they decided that gorillas were more important and kicked them out the forest and huffed them onto a hillside where they gave them a hut and said, "See ya, mate." And so we... Mate. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. So there's the tribe of people called the Batwa, which have basically been displaced from the jungle where they used to live, which they are originating from kind of a pygmy tribe as well. So they are, but now they're much more intertwined with the locals. So the pygmy-ishness has kind of not as much. They're not as pygmy-esque.
What are you?
Yeah,
I am pygmy-ish.
Yeah. So they're not as small as you might think they're gonna be, although the odd one was. And when we're talking small, we're talking like, what, 4'8", something like that? As a full-grown man, some of them were. Yeah,
they're around. So they only grow to a certain height because of apparently the malnutrition or something like that.
Is that what it was? Huh.
Someone mentioned. Someone wasn't going. They said they did some research on the tribe and said, "I'm not. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's to do with obviously their diet, and that's why they didn't reach certain heights."
I thought it'd just been an evolutionary advantage to be little and whippety in the jungle.
Well, I'm not fully sure. This needs to do obviously some research, but this is what I've been told. So don't quote me on this, but quote me on this. But yeah,
quote Mitchell.
The reason why they are so schmedium is because it could be because of their nutrition and stuff like that. They had fish fingers and beans. No, they didn't actually have fish fingers and beans. They
definitely don't have that.
They had.
They got some white stuff that looks a bit like rice. But what was that called?
Oh my god! You're my sentences.
Jinx, you owe me a cook.
You've seen that with Tom Cruise.
Which one?
We're like the same people.
Oh yeah, when they're live with Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller, yeah. Okay, so back to the story because we've already gone on tangents. We do love a tangent, but let me get this in. So yeah, we embarked on a journey out to Uganda where we raised enough money to take some aid and build a house. And we flew out with a charity that was run by a friend of mine that's been going for 10 years. And they basically turned a hillside community in to be able to have a village because they were literally living just on the land. Now there are solid buildings there. There's a school. They have the ability to capture water, or they don't have mains water. There's electricity from generators, and this has all been helped put in just by this charity and fundraising that's been going on. And so we went out there to help and take aid. So we went through from the UK, flew into Rwanda, then from Rwanda took a coach all the way through into Uganda up to the top of the mountain, which was about a 5-hour journey on no roads. We got roads for an hour, and then after that it was 4 hours of fire trails at best. Mad stuff. Videos are up on YouTube, so check them out. It'll give you a bit of an insight as to what we went through. And yeah, that was what we did. So we spent 7 days there on a 10-day trip because we had 2 days either side for travel. And now you can go on with...
Okay, let me explain this first. I'm going to go back to something else first because you just triggered me, but I have to remember it. Okay, so going back to the music was brilliant. It was amazing. It was beautiful. And he started crying every time I heard the Uganda heartbeat from their feet. Okay, but each day you're there, you start to hear the same songs. I start to go, oh my god, I recognise his playlist. And you start to get a playlist together of the village.
Yeah.
So that's why it's nothing against the music, but it gets repetitive, and then
it's not their music, is it?
Huh?
It wasn't there. It's like cats don't meow in nature. Cats learnt to meow because they figured that...
Did you tell me this?
Yes.
Someone else?
Yeah, I told you. Cats meow is developed solely for humans because they figured out when they went meow, we gave them food and we're like, oh,
meow, motherfucker, you better feed me more.
Yeah, they figured that didn't work, so they went from that to hello.
No, they went from can you please feed me, sir, to meow. I did meow and you fed me.
Yeah. So this is the same thing. They've obviously had a lot of people going out there for many years, and we went out. Mitchell and I went out there to get involved in the community, whereas what actually happened was when we got there, they almost were advertising themselves to us, weren't they? Because they were so used to white people turning up who weren't really there to get stuck in and dirty and mucky. They were just there to bring some nice things for people, get some pictures and go home and say, oh, I've done a good karma thing, which is lovely and fine. That's just not our style. We were much more like, I want to go on and climb hills with you. We want to go and see what they do during the day. We wanted to be immersed. So every time that we got these staged hellos, it pulled me out of it, and then obviously all we heard was the repetitive playlist. But when we heard their own music, when they told their stories, dude, now that was emotional.
That was badass.
That's all. I would have had that the whole time.
Yeah, so they have, for example, they have like their basic songs, like, you know, when you go to school and you sing, "Give me oil in my lamp, give me money."
Yeah, they had all that, their own things of that.
Give me oil in my lamp. So they have that as your template, and then you have, you know what, let's actually make a song from our experiences, and that was the one you're like, wow, I can feel that one. So it's quite powerful.
Their drum beats were impressive. Like, irregardless of what the voiceover was, the bass of what they did was always wicked. Like with the and the way they do whip it.
They taught me how to play.
And the way that they dance is pretty mental. They got nothing on their feet and they are slamming their feet into the floor as they're jumping and stamping to it. And absolutely, I've watched them in slow motion. Have you seen how in sync they are with their beat of their feet? So there'll be 5 or 6 women dancing, and all their feet as they jump will come down and hit the ground simultaneously without effort, like every single beat.
It's great though, because it shows you how, obviously, because what was brilliant is like going back in time, but actually some of the stuff going back in time is actually a lot more efficient than it is today, because obviously they don't wear shoes. They don't have to wear shoes because their feet are conditioned for the floor. It's amazing. I watched one jump on a rock.
Yeah, didn't care.
Boom, walk off smiling, going, please don't see you.
just no, yeah.
Let's go back though, Lex. Yeah. So there's so much to talk about Uganda, but I think what we need to talk about is the getting to London and then getting into the airport.
So that's one thing. So in between all of the downtime of the podcast, Mitch and I have been involved in doing quite a bit of bits and bobs here and there, and there are more plans in the future for some other cool stuff going on. Mitch has got his own stuff as well in terms of like mental health things that he wants to do, which obviously we will let you know whenever that's going on. And so Uganda, successful trip, took things out, learnt a lot. Playlist aside, it was a really insightful trip and very humbling. Definitely has set me straight when I came back and to appreciate what we have. Like here's one for you. If you earn over £27,000 a year, do you know you're in the 1% of the world in earnings?
Where? Here?
In the world. So you know they were talking about the top 1%.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is if you're talking about like America and developed countries where the wage is basic. But if you encompass the entire world, if you earn roughly over £25,000 to £27,000 a year, you are in the top 1% of the world. So that gives you a perspective on how many people are in poverty around it if you make it global and just take away the focus from the main powers.
Yes.
How mad's that?
It's your perception. So when it's crazy because we always think we're, woe is me, look at me, I've got no heating, I can't actually heat up my house and all this energy crisis. But when you go actually to a third world country and sit with them like me and Lex did and live with them, these motherfuckers ain't complaining about stuff like that. They're not even complaining about what they've got. Like their whole perception on life is different. So when you do come back, you actually look at life completely differently because you start to appreciate the things you actually can't see if you didn't go over there originally. Like flipping shower.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. The shower. Yeah. Yeah. That'll wake your ass up in the morning when you have to shove your body under effectively a cold tap. And that was, bearing in mind, right, what we had to do was what's it called? Not a privilege is the wrong word, but you're privileged to have running water in this place.
I had to run the tap, open my butt cheeks, clean that bowl, clean that ass.
You've never had a more
Get that shower done, clean that ass.
Dude, we were literally washing it in a bucket, and all you hear every morning is, woo! And then
Go to breakfast like amped up like you're on pre-workout. Oh, let's fucking eat this bacon.
let's go. When you've got all the people complaining around.
The best was so like because when you're having the bucket shower, obviously the floor gets completely fucking flooded. So
Well, it does when you do it.
yeah, when I do. So I walked into the shower, had the shower, Lex walks in like someone's had a shit, and he's exploding.
I swear to God, it looked like somebody had just run around the room taking a massive diarrhea shit and was enjoying themselves. And then after it was done, looked at the floor and thought, what did they do in that movie Big Daddy? Oh yeah, that's right. Just cover it up with a towel.
So we have white towels.
So imagine you open the door, it's 7:30 in the morning. You know you've got to have a cold ass shower to just wash because you covered in filth from the other day. And you walk in and the toilet seat is wonky and off the thing. There's a half hanging open window that won't shut, that bugs are starting to crawl away in. And you look down and there's just this brown, smeary mess. And amid it, just this towel that was once white, just looking up at you like, how did you, why? What did I do to you?
And then there's me thinking, nah, don't worry, we get new towels tomorrow. I go to the lady and she goes, nah, you get new towels every 3 days.
3 days? We didn't get one new towel the entire time we were there, bro. That one pooey towel stayed on the floor the entire journey that we were there.
Do you want to hear a funny story though?
Do you want to hear a funny story? On the last day, I figured out how to make the water warm.
Oh yeah, I know. We actually figured out how to use the shower on the last day.
After bucketing it for yeah, but to be fair, it would only warm a selected amount anyway that we ran out within like a couple of minutes. So
yeah, but remember the first day. So the first day I got a migraine shock, but so I went to bed early, and you guys were all in your rooms. No, you're all upstairs chilling when I'm there like dying in bed. Someone knocks on the door, and I'm like, hello, like dead, and then I think it's you. It's just you get the lady like, hello. I was like, I said I'm sleeping. She goes, okay. She comes in, flicks the fucking light on, yeah, and she starts just. She turned
the light on.
She's in there, bro, and I'm like curled over, like, please get out, yeah. And she said, it's just casually, just them flowers they left below the bed,
yeah,
taking all that, sorting the beddings, and I'm thinking, motherfucker, man, can you not do this another fucking time?
Look at your white privilege immediately kicked in.
I thought someone turned over. I was like, oh, fucking hell, man, this is her. But you know when someone goes, oh, sorry. Yeah. I thought they leave. She comes in, does her own thing, and leaves.
Yeah, she was like, oh, sorry, you're going to have to be put up with this. And then just carried on. Yeah, because that's what they do, though. They got a job to do. They go do it. It doesn't matter. They don't have these little... Like, we went to the school. There was just a woman there, booby out, having a baby feeding on a titty in the middle of the lesson. That was the teacher. They didn't care. Yeah, nobody batted an eyelid.
They take the babies to school and they wrap them around their waist and tie them up in a glass house bag.
Yeah, they're tied up on their back.
It's quite cool to be fair, but they wrap them around their back and it's hilarious. When they're dancing and jumping around, the kids' faces squish against the world's hardest roller coaster ride ever.
Just all CTE.
Whiplash.
Yeah, 100%. Whiplash babies.
Fair play to them though. But yeah, so the first day, no, not even the first day, on the way there, was an absolute fucking nightmare. We haven't even got into Uganda yet.
Oh, and you thought you had all your stuff nicked from
me and
your
Lex.
bag. It turns out he just packed it into another bag after cussing out the entirety of the airport.
So there's me. So we got these 2 JD sport bags. I've got my camera and my trainers in one bag, which I'm going to wear. The rest is all donations, but I couldn't fit it in my actual hand luggage.
Yeah, 2 23-kilo bags of donations, and then our own stuff all fit into one hand luggage bag.
So I'm there, I get my bags out, think, right, I'll get my shoes on now, because I have my boots on, take them off, and my trainer's not there, my camera's not there, and I'm like, I've been fucking robbed. I was like, fuck. So there's this huge hold up. We had to get all the bags out, check everything, to get the bags to the airport, to go to the person to check. Oh, they check the weight of the bag, and if it's not the same, then something obviously they can tell someone's been missing.
Yeah.
And obviously there's a huge kerfuffle, and I said, oh, just fuck it, is what it is. Let's just leave it and let go of the camera and everything like that. Then we get back.
To be fair, you were actually quite chill about the fact that you just had all your shit supposedly stolen.
Well, I was literally thinking we're going to go to a place where they literally have never seen a camera in their life, so maybe I'll just let go now. But, and as well, I didn't give a fuck about the camera really, because I don't really use it. The trainers, luckily, big shout out to my mate who donated all these trainers, all the same size as me. So even if I lost their trainers, I had a spare ones anyway. But then obviously we get into our accommodations, and I'm like, oh, My camera was in the other bag. And my trainers. I didn't really tell anyone. I just pull them on.
Told me really quietly.
I went, Lex, I've got them.
I found my stuff. Where was it? It's in the bag.
It was like literally an hour hold up though, yeah, to sort my stuff out. And I thought, yeah, best not tell them because they were going to...
Well, what we did is we just said, somebody had been through the bags and put them in the other one.
Yeah, I lied.
Yeah, we lied. We lied.
I was like, they must have moved it because I 100% put it in this bag.
And I was like, yeah, he did. Yeah. Just
Lying out
backing
my
it up.
ass.
Yeah. But it
Yeah.
was a great trip. It was a great trip. It was fun. And you will see more of that on the YouTube channel. We're going to try and keep these episodes a little bit shorter so they're more palatable for you guys. If you want longer ones, let us know. But we're going to try and taper them to 45 minutes because that's manageable. And we have 10 minutes left, mate, roughly. So,
Should we discuss quickly then the airport situation?
do you want to go through the airport?
Because, bro, this is insane.
Yeah, okay. Right, so we'll finish you on our tale of travel. As per Mitchell's non-travel-y life compared to...
Man's been to Wales. Henry.
But, I mean, there's points in my time where I was flying like every 2 or 3 weeks.
I've never been to Heathrow.
Yeah, so I've done the big airports and done all those things. I know what the rigmarole is. I know how the hold-ups are. And I've been through... if you've done 10 trips... 5 of them suck, so you've had those 5 sucky experiences, and then you know how to deal with them. Mitchell has been on holidays where everything's like nice and happy and easy. This was a bit of a weird one for you because we had excess of baggage, which was weight restricted, which was also oversized. Plus, you've never been to Heathrow, which is always a clusterfuck because London, you suck. Like London, why do you have to overcomplicate and just try and stringently fuck everybody that tries to come into your city? Like the whole goal of London is to beat you down into a pulp and then charge you for the pleasure.
It's just money.
It's just horrible.
Like, I've never done the thing where you pay online to drop your car off with someone to take it out of the airport to a compound. So we're driving there and we're thinking, oh shit, we're nearly there now. Best ring the driver. Ring the driver. And he goes, oh, you should have let us know half an hour ago because obviously you have to give us half an hour notice. I'm like, fuck. And Lex goes to me, are these guys, are they reputable? And I went, yeah. Jan just gave me their contact details. Okay. Lex is there going, they got 1 star. And I'm there like, oh my God.
Oh, dude, if you look at the Google, what was the company called? Do you remember?
I don't fucking know, bro. They closed down now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think what these companies do is they run for a year, shut down, and reopen as a different name. I'm pretty confident that's what they do. So what they do is they take...
This is Vodafone cars.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Hello, welcome to number 2 car parkings. What happened to number 1? Dead.
But I literally said to Lex on the way there, if this guy has a strong Indian accent when he answers the phone,
Screwed.
we're going to get fucking scammed. Ring. Hello, this is...
No, he didn't even say hello, bro. He rang your phone. You rang him, and he answered and went, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And
That was not a good sign.
And then I'm stressing out, and then we're late. We got fuck all time to get into the airport. I've got all my bags out. Lex got all his out. The guy's not even coming up, and I'm like, fuck. And then
Also, remember, when we got there, there's already a guy complaining
Yes.
to the dude in there saying, where is my car? I've been here an hour. Where's my car? So we get out to this poor bloke whose car is gone. It was a Jag as well. Look at a nice car. So he's fuming. There's this other dude going like, sir, we are not the car parking company that took your car. That car that they took yours, that company's now gone. We have taken over all their cars. So we don't know where they are right now. We're just trying to help.
Yeah, and I'm there like, great. So I've got to leave my car with a random stranger. I don't know where the fuck he's taking my car. But then Lex fucks off and goes and scans his bags. Bear in mind, I understand, Lex, we have different perceptions of things. I've come to peace with it. But at that moment, I thought, is he fucking for real? He's going to leave me here with this fucking dilemma, and he's fucked off to scan his bags in. This is what I'm thinking at the time.
So what happened is we ran the dudes, and they were like, yeah, they're on the way. It was going to be about 30 or so minutes. We arrived in really good time, to be fair. And then this like skerfuffle was like, it chewed up half an hour really fast. And this was like 6:30. We've got our flight was about 8:30ish or something like that. We needed to be at the gate for 10 to 8. I remember that. So 6 o'clock, you're happy. You're like, yeah, 2 hours before, sweet. Then it was 6:30. I was like, okay, now we're pushing into the zone where you get stuck in security and problems. So I was like, right, I'm going to go and scan these big ass bags in to see if there's a massive queue and how long it's going to take for the bags to scan. Because at least if it's going to take a while, half our load's already through. So
No, Lex went, fuck that. Save us all.
So I said to Mitch, listen, I'm going to go in and scan my bags and see how long it takes. Now, I didn't realise at this point how much you were freaking out. So I went into the airport and you went up in the lift and then, right, remember that. You're up in the lift and then you go through to the departures and then you have to go to a special bit with the oversized, like you have to go to the bit to log in, you know, and say, hey, I'm here, here's my passport, all that stuff. You know how long they take with all that nonsense. Then you have to weigh the bags in, get the ticket. But then once you've done that, you get the bags back and you have to take them over to an oversized section. So it's even longer of what's normal. So then Mitch rings me in a mile because the dude's just come.
Hold on, let me explain my part. This is my perception, yeah?
No, wait, because let you follow yours in afterwards.
Okay,
so Mitch rings me and said, like, the car's been picked up. So all I know is the dude's come and got the car. So I'm like, sweet, they got the car. But he's like, where have you gone? And I said, I text you, go up to departures. And I meant in the lift, press up. Because he knew I was going to the lift. So I think the message I sent was...
No, I'll get up, bro. You carry on your story,
I think
mate.
the message was up, not down. Departures, because if you went down, it took you to arrivals and you were screwed. So Mitch rings me. Mitch has gone down, so now he's somewhere in arrivals wandering around. I'm trying to describe things. He can probably see similar looking things, but he's in arrivals, not departures. Then he finally makes his way up the stairs. I've waited from going in between, because when he rang me, the woman would still have my passport and everything. So I'm still weighing those in. He doesn't think that right now. He thinks the bags are in and I'm just stood there chilling, whereas I'm in the middle of still the process. So I couldn't quite answer the phone properly because she's asking me about questions or like, have you packed the bag and all that stuff? And she's got my passport. So he's like, where are you going, bro? Come and find me. I'm like, I can't come and get you. He's like, why? He didn't understand. So by the time he makes his way to departures, he is fuming, right? I'm stood there waving two arms, right? And you know when you wave two arms to people, normally they go, there you are. You didn't do any of that. You looked at me, hung up. Just the face that you had as you were coming over, like, because you thought I'd abandoned you. And then you still refused to believe I hadn't abandoned you for quite some time, even once you checked in, and then we got the bags over to the weigh-in bit. So in between me getting the weigh-in of the bags and everything, this is what happened to you.
Right. Lex just screwed me over the end of, basically. No jokes. Right, so I've got a text here. I'm fucking laughing at him now because I realise how stupid it all sounds. So I'm there, panicking, ringing this guy. Hello. I said, where's the I gotta go. Yeah, he's been there in 10 minutes. And I asked, and then the guy, this is why I got stressed out because the guy, let's say you've left now.
Yeah.
I ring up the company. Okay, and he gives me the taxi guy's number. I ring up him. Hi, mate. He goes, yeah, I'm 10 minutes away. Brilliant, thanks. What's your reg so I can recognise your car? Nah, mate, I can't give you that, you know. Being all sketchy, and I'm thinking, oh my God.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
So he didn't give me his reg. Then he comes out now and goes, give us your key then. I said, whoa.
This is on par with the ring,
Yes.
answer. And to be fair, I think I had set you off by showing you the Google reviews as well.
Yeah,
That didn't help.
Let's explain this. Then I was like, whoa. I was like, bro. I said, wait, where the fuck's my car going? He goes to the compound. I said, where's the compound? He goes, it's outside the airport. I said, mate, okay, cool. Well, what's the procedure? He starts laughing at me. Because obviously in there, if he was giving the key, I said, mate, I don't know what the hell's going on. Never done this
So in
before.
your head, he's doing this. We're stealing your car, mate.
Yeah. So then I looked at the time, yeah, and I went, oh, fuck, I'm going to be late. I said, you know what, fuck it. Bear in mind, my car's clutch is worn, so no one can actually rob my car.
Oh, we forgot to tell him about that. Worn? What? His car does not have a clutch. You change gear with hopes, dreams, and violence. That is the only...
Okay, yes, we'll get to that another day, yeah?
anti-theft device in the world.
Well, you can't rob the car, period, because only I can master that clutch, because I know how to put it in the gears. Anyway, it's getting fixed. So I said, you know what, here's the fucking key. So I said to him, listen, mate, listen, the clutch, you have to put it in second, and there's a certain way of doing it. No, I'm fine. Okay, brilliant, whatever, cool. Gave him the key. There's me stressed with his fucking trolley that wasn't turned left. Lex, this is what Lex texts me, okay? This is all I have. Bear in mind,
You're freaking out, yeah.
it's up, not down. Departures. I go, what do you mean? No reply, yeah? No reply. Okay? So I then go down. I go in. I'm like, hey, where are you? He goes, did you come in? I said, yeah, I'm in there. And I'm stressed because I'm thinking I'm going to be late. Then he goes, I'm up. I said, how do we get up? He goes, in the lift. I said, what lift? He goes, the one you were next to with the car. I was like, fuck. So I had to go back on myself, go up on the lift, go from fuming.
You went back out to go back up?
Yes, I'm fuming here. I'm
just gone up the
panicking.
escalator.
I'm stressed, yeah? And then Lex is there waving at me, smiling. I thought, this smug bastard. And I was going, fuck you, Lex. You just left me here, yeah. Stressed out my head. My car now is with some random guy who doesn't know how to drive the fucking car because he listens to me on the clutch. And then obviously I just storm past. No, what was it? He comes up to me and goes, don't you ever speak to me like that again? And we were arguing.
No, this was after. This is when you came up to me afterwards and then like,
oh yeah,
had to go at me.
So then I
and then because I didn't know, like, well, one, when you came into arrivals, there's a lift in arrivals that brings you straight up to departures, but you didn't know that. So you've come into the building,
Let's get to that part
being stressed, then had to walk all the way back out the building, being stressed, to then go in the thing to come back into the building. So you're tripling down on your stress already now.
Yes.
Like, that's
so then
annoying.
I'm about to explode. Yeah. So now I walk past Lex, scan my bags in.
Oh, blanked me.
Come back, and then part 2 we'll explain in the other podcast.
Oh yeah,
it's going on too long. But this is good because what happens next is
it boils down to a good old fashioned shout down in
no.
Plus comedy.
That stress
plus
I had before.
comedy.
What's about to happen after is I thought I was gonna shit myself. Like fuck me, man.
To be fair, yeah. But hey, a lesson learned. And
lesson learned, bro. We learned lessons that day. Don't
that's what I'm saying.
Blame
lessons learned.
No.
I said lessons. Listen.
You're lucky I'm holding this mic
Listening
like this. You're lucky. The coffee has kicked me.
the caffeine's kicked in. Yeah. But we did do some good. We went out there. We left some good karma behind, as well as many items of clothing. And we are just here to say we're back. And welcome.
It took us an hour to say that.
We're here. We're going to be doing this. Pretty much, we're going to be this podcast will be recorded each week. Mitch will be here at least once every 2 weeks because we're alternating filming this with him versus the worst paying series because the vlogs are coming back on the YouTube channel. So I'm going to be buffering a lot of the YouTube channel with my vlogs coming back, which hopefully you guys like. You seem to have all been kind of like, yes, bring the vlogs back, which is good for me because it's raw and easy to film. And I do want to bring you all into our lives a bit. But this is what the podcast is about as well. Us being able to chat openly about things. So hit us up in the comments. Give us some subjects and we will launchpad off those subjects on each episode. And then if you see a subject you like that one that someone's commented, and the ones with the highest likes, we'll lead with those.
Yeah, or you can send it by mail with a question. Chocolate bar and the tenner.
Chocolate bar and a tenner?
Yeah, but not mint, the cranberry one.
A cranberry chocolate bar?
You know, it has a little bit of...
What kind of sicko eats a chocolate cranberry bar?
Fine, yeah. Oh, dark chocolate though, because can't have...
Oh, now I'm on. You mean the moth roth things? Yeah. Right, I'm with you on that.
I'm getting fucking thousands of emails.
Emails and moth roth chocolates. And yeah, thank you all for joining us. And we shall see you in the next one. And in the meantime, worry less, adventure more, make your own energy.
Ready?
Do it.
We're pleased to see you.
Thanks for listening.
Try fast, eat ass.
So bad. Oh.
Have you seen that?
No.
Try fast, eat ass, yo.